Hello, I'm going to tell you today about the term marketplace and why is it becoming increasingly important for people to be part of a marketplace. Right? Typically, since thousands of years, we've been used to buying vegetables, commodities, go to the marketplace or the Friday fair or the Saturday fair or the Sunday fair, and then you go to the fair, buy your wares and goods, what appeals to you. There are multiple vendors who stock up their good stockpile of goods and items. You like some of them, you buy. So today we're going to be looking at what's marketplace and why companies are all the more gearing towards creating marketplaces. So there is this book about the Google way where they talk about how Google actually manages various multiple different vendors on its using its search algorithm. So it's like Google is like a marketplace for searches. So you know that if I search for, okay, I want to know about homeopathy in my sphere of radiance, and then within 5 to 10 kilometers of who's a good homeopath, a doctor, and then you Google them around, and Google show you, okay, here is the list of them. The first 3 have paid me to show them, rank them on the at the top. The others I've organically grouped them based on people's reactions to the feedback, to their own presence on the web, and how dynamic they are in their approach and so on. So basically, Google is a very good example of a marketplace. So marketplace helps you connect the buyer and the seller, the consumer and the producer in completely non-linear ways than what it used to be. Earlier, you buy something, you have to take a hit or miss approach, whether you could be lucky or unlucky with the product. But these days, you want to buy a particular product, you could sample other people's feedback, you could get to know how things work, and Amazon does have a return policy within a stipulated time. In case it doesn't work to your advantage, you can return the item as well. So marketplace actually offers you a lot of such complex dynamics which were not earlier there in traditional markets. So for instance, Uber has exposed taxis. You could book a sedan, you could book a small size car, you could get a medium sized car, and that is the beauty of a marketplace, and at all varying price points and varying comfort levels you could do that. So Yelp does that for food, and TripAdvisor does that for travel, and Etsy lets you do that for vector images and some online art that you want to buy, and so on. So and then Amazon and Facebook and Craigslist and eBay. So all of these things are beautiful marketplaces that allow a lot of interactions between the consumer and the producer in very non-linear ways that was not previously possible. So typically, if you see even Amazon, you want an Amazon instance. So they have bought a new S3 instance with high CPU, with IO of a certain capacity and a RAM of a certain thing, and it does cache, and it comes with an Nginx configuration. It comes with Linux Apache servers, and you could actually pick and choose your bouquet of services from the marketplace, find out how reliable and stable that image is based on previous users' feedback, so you don't need to really try it out for yourself. And then once that happens, you have a ready-made item that you don't have to really be the guinea pig who's trying it out. There are other people who have tried it and tested. So organically the growth works very well, and it helps people to reach out to their customers quite well. So in a marketplace, you don't need to even store inventory. If you are an aggregator who helps collect various vendors together, so in the Amazon portal, not everybody needs to store everything. So Amazon doesn't have to store everything under its inventory. So it's enabled a marketplace when people, they ship their own goods and services as vendors, as people who have got goods to be sold on the marketplace, and then that creates this intangible experience with the customer who's buying a product, who knows what they're getting into, who can touch, feel it, and these days even return it back in case you don't like it. So it's a win-win for everybody. So marketplaces are a huge win-win for all the companies. And so Amazon did perfect a few things with their algorithm, and they said people also bought this. So the people also bought this kind of a thing on their website, catapulted their numbers, quadrupled their numbers 3 times, 4 times, and that's a very good way in which a marketplace functions, that you organically allow people to comment on the services and grow on the thing. So you can organically become a bestseller on Kindle if your users like what you have written, and then you don't have to have the middlemen in the picture like publishers and distributors, for instance. So marketplace has enabled a lot of such value add in the whole ecosystem. As creators of products, services, you will need to understand what's a marketplace, and it doesn't matter if you can't host a marketplace of your own. At least you could be part of an existing thriving marketplace wherein you add some value to the value chain, and then you can funnel your customers in seemingly multiple ways that you haven't thought of before. So with the onset of exposing your services as APIs and microservices, there's a huge world out there which is waiting to be tapped. So there are banks in the US who sell their bank out of box solution to small time cooperative unions, credit unions who want to set up shop with very little overhead. Otherwise, setting up a bank all by yourself is a huge task by itself. So you could be a SaaS company who could have some software as a service, and then allow people to set up shop all by yourself, and then you as the vendor, you provide the marketplace for people to mingle and interact and create value. So this is in short what's a marketplace all about. So this is quite closely connected to the platform economy that we discussed a couple of episodes previously. So here is leaving you with this thought. Do like, share and subscribe for more such tips and techniques.